to begin in the unity pose. Our feet are together, our hands are at our sides, our fingers have mind in them, energy, consciousness in them. So the fingers are straight, they're not just hanging lifeless. The fingers have energy in them, life energy, or chi. And sinking, an opening on the left side, an opening on the right. Rising, inhaling, holding the breath, exhaling slow. Rising up, holding the breath. Now arms inhaling slow, soft, long. Hold the breath, exhaling. Last time, hold the breath, rising up. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Yes, relaxing the body. We're tilting and tucking in the pelvis. We aren't standing with an arched back like this. We're standing with a straight spine. Our knees are bent, but our spine is straight. So if you put your back against the wall, you won't feel any space because the spine is straight. The hips are tucked under the shoulders. Whereas if I stood tall, you can put your hand behind my back because there's a natural curve in the back. So we want to work with this natural curve when we stand, and when we bend, the curve comes out. The spine is tucked under the shoulders by contracting the abdominal muscles. And when we rise, we have curve, and when we sink, straight. Let's continue rocking. One leg being straight and one leg being bent. Let's bring the hand to the level of the neck, right above the torso. And as we rock the other way, let's do that a couple of times. One hand goes down and one hand rises. Turning the waist. This hand is at the energy center, the center of the body. One hand goes down, one hand rises. The energy field, the dantian. Says we use one hand, the other hand becomes purified in the energy field. Refreshed in the energy field. Last time, one hand comes up, one hand comes down, the toes rise. And it's called carrying the ball. Carry the ball. One leg bent, one leg straight. Parting the wild horse's mane. We turn the waist, the left toes come up, opening the hips, opening the knees. And one hand comes up, one hand goes down, parting the wild horse's mane, or combing or brushing the wild horse's mane. One hand is in front of the heart, one hand is in the energy field. The arm is circular, it's not bent, blocking the flow of energy. We want to promote the flow of energy, so our arms are always kept circular, round. Let's do that again, forming the ball. The knees are open, the hips are open. And as one hand comes up, one hand goes down, we're going to close the hips. Again, open the hips. Forming the ball. Close. Twice more, forming the ball. Here's the ball of energy. Parting the wild horse's mane. Forming the ball, do it towards you. Parting the wild horse's mane. One hand facing the heart, one hand facing the earth. Our next movement, stirring the chi, stirring the energy. With this hand here, we stir the energy. With this hand, we stir the energy. One is yin energy, and one is yang energy. One is like water, lake water, the yin energy. The yang energy is like mist that comes out of the water. So both hands are stirring the energy. One hand high, one hand low. One hand high, one hand low. Rocking back and forth. Last time. Stir the energy. Let's step in. Holding the ball again. Knees are bent. Yes, we want to work those leg muscles. We're going to turn, stepping over. Parting the wild, no, not parting the wild horse. Snake grasping at sparrow's tail. Snake grasping at sparrow's tail. One palm up, one palm down. The hands are connected. Hand connected to the funny bone via the index finger. Let's do that one again. Yielding, forming the ball. Snake grasping at the sparrow's tail. Closing the hips. Again, open the hip. Forming the ball. Snake grasping at sparrow's tail. Yes. Last time. Forming the ball. Our weight is back. Our back spine is straight. As we come forward, here the spine bends and curves. The hips are pushed forward. One leg straight, one leg bent. Snake grasping at sparrow's tail. Reaching up, turning the palms over. Opening the hip, right? Bring in the heel or push out the toe, but we're opening the knee, opening the hip for this nice big movement. Pull down, rolling back. Let's do that again. Reaching over, close the hip. Open the hip. Rolling back. Pulling down and rolling back. Both hands go into the dantian, into the field of energy. Then they come out. Again. Snake grasping at sparrow tail. We look up into the trees. We see the fruit. We pluck the fruit. Open the hip. Pull down. Roll back. Last time. Here, hips are open. Here, the hips close. We're in forward stance. Reaching up. Plucking fruit. Open hips. Pulling down. Rolling back. Our third movement is called press. Press the fruit or squeeze the fruit in between the palms. We come forward. We close the hip. Pressing down. Again. Pressing the hands together. Yin and yang come together. Press down. Open hips, open arms. Let's do it again. Rocking back, turning, pressing down. Right below the heart. We press down. Last time. Rocking back, turn, press down. Our fourth and final movement for this section, wiping over the hand. We open the hip, pulling in the heel or pushing out the toe. We open the knees, pulling in. We take the energy from the left kidney. We take the energy from the right kidney and push them forward, pushing up, closing the hips. So we press down, but push up. Let's do that again. Opening the hip, coming in, moving down the body, down the spine, from the left side, from the right side. We push, connecting, pushing up, closing the hip. Open, bring it in. Pushing up. Yes. Last time, bring it into the nose, into the mouth. It moves down the body. Left, right, push. Let's close. Take it back to the top. Rocking back. Bring the energy up. So there's a ball of energy, a life force between the yin and the yang hands. Bring that energy down. Wash it through the brain. Wash it through the glands in the throat. Wash it through the heart and lungs, through the internal organs. The energy follows the hands. Open the spine by bowing down. Let's bring our hands to our knees with a nice open spine, nice round spine. Now let's bend the knees and roll up slowly, closing the spine at the bottom vertebrae, closing all the way up to the top. Until at last the head comes up. And we're back to unity pose. Hands and feet together, mind in the feet, mind in the toes, mind in the arms, the shoulders, throughout the whole body. Total body awareness. Total body awareness. Tai Chi. And relax. Good, 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 good. Questions? Tai Chi. Does it look familiar? Thank you. Look familiar? Yeah. So Yang style is the most popular style of Tai Chi, and because it's very simple but not easy, but simple to do, but very powerful in opening up the body. So that's what we want to concentrate on, is opening up the hips right here. This joint, these joints, open and close, open the hip and close. And it's a little bit hard sometimes because if you're not used to opening your hips, they become tight and begin to close. So we want to open them, stretching the hips to allow the chi from the bottom of the body to flow more easily to the top of the body, and the energy from the top of the body to flow more easily down. So the whole body becomes connected. The lower and the upper body work in harmony. But it all begins by opening up the hips. So that's what we're concentrating on. Opening up the hips. Let's go again. The first foundational movements, the 4 movements. Ward off, roll back, press, and push. That's where our foundation is. Sinking, bending the knees, right away straightening the spine. Left foot opens. The right toes, only the toes come up. Rising up. Let's just do one breath. Big, long, soft, gentle breath. Inhaling and exhaling. Relaxing the shoulders. Rocking. The right toes are coming up. We're opening the hips. Carry the ball. Parting the wild horse's mane. We're opening up the left side, opening up the left hip. The toes come up, or the heel comes in, but the knee becomes open. The hips become open. One foot is pointing this way, and one foot is pointing this way. So we know the hips are open. Parting the wild horse's mane. Closing. Open the right side. Stirring the energy, stirring the chi. Reforming the ball. Opening the right hip. Snake, grasping at the sparrow's tail. Closing the left hip. So both feet are pointing this way. The hips are closed. Now the left foot is going to open. Rolling back, reach up, rolling back. Pressing. Pressing down. Closing hip. Separating the hands, open the hip. Left, right. Put them together, pushing up. Hey. Open. Push the energy down. Last time, before we take a quick break. Opening. Following. Opening left. Closing right. Opening right. Closing left. Closing right. Opening right. Opening left. Closing left. Opening left. Pushing up. Hey. Feel the energy coming from your palms of your hands. You should feel a light heat. Opening on the left. Pulling down. The right toes come up. Both hands go into the energy field, into the sea of chi. Turning left. Turning right. Picking up. Picking up the wrist. Lifting the wrist. Lifting the elbow. Lifting the knee. Step. And split. Hey. Let's do that again. Opening on the right. Let's stir the chi in the left kidney, in the right kidney. Bring them forward. Connect and push. Closing the left. Pushing up. Opening the left. Pulling down. Stepping. Chopping. Hey. This is called single whip. Once more. Moving back, raising elbow. Bring the weight, chop. Single whip. Close. Ball of energy. You can't see it, but we're trying to feel it. Take that energy and wash it through the red blood cells in the brain. Wash it through the white blood cells. It's energy, chi, electric, bioelectric energy that we can wash through the protons and wash through the neutrons, and wash through the electrons. Bowing the head down, opening the top of the spine. Keep rolling down, open up the shoulders. Open up the lower back, stopping with the hands on the knees. Nice round spine. The chin is tucked under, right? We're not like this. We're like this. Head down. Bending knees. Rolling up. The head comes up last. Hey. And we return to unity. And relax. Because that's what we're after. After unity. Unity between the upper body and the lower body. Unity between the left side of the body and the right side of the body. Unity between the right side of the brain and the left side of the brain. Unity between the male part of ourselves and the female part of ourselves. Unity between the child and the elder. Unity. Tai Chi is based on yin and yang energy, universal energy. Everything in our universe is yin and yang. There's an opposite, male and female, left and right. What's another opposite? Dark and light, Harris and Trump, opposites. But ultimately, these opposites work together. There's a dance. Democrat, Republican, Democrat, then Republican. It's a dance. It's a dance that goes on. But there's a harmony that we're always trying to find in this dance. So that's our goal, is to find the harmony in the dance. Questions? The more questions you ask, the longer the breaks we have. Let's move on to our next movement. Opening and closing. Opening and closing. The Yang style is based on two animals. One animal is the snake, and the other animal is the crane. So the next movements that we're going to look at are the crane movements. The crane flaps its wings. So we want to open with our wrists and close with the wrist. When the hands go down, the fingers point up. When the hands come up, the fingers point down. So we're trying to exercise this connection between hand and arm, the wrist, keeping the wrist open, keeping the wrist flexible, allowing the energy, like the waist, allowing the energy to move easily from arm to hand and back from hand to arm. Move easily from upper body to lower body, from lower body to upper body. This is the harmony we're looking for. Let's begin. We start always in unity. This is our ultimate goal, unity. Then humility, bending the knees, straightening the spine. Then balance, the third component of the opening, balance, the search for balance. After balance, number 4, ascending, rising up, standing tall. Here we stand as high as we can get, but our energy still rises, still going up. Purity, breathing in, breathing out. And finally, power. The power of the Tai Chi ball. Here's the ball here. We form the ball. One hand right above the other hand. Yin right above yang. There's an energy connection. A ball of energy. Hard to feel by yourself. Hard to feel, but it's here. And relax. Ball of energy. Sometimes when you're walking, especially on a carpet, and you're walking, and high dip, what happens? Electric shock. So our bodies have, thank you. Our bodies have electricity in them. Our bodies only run on 2 things. One is blood, yin, and the other one is what? Electricity, bioelectricity. One is blood, our circulatory system, but the electricity is our, what system is that? Nervous system, your central nervous system. What makes you go like this? Your central nervous system gives you that ability. So the blood is just giving you power to do that. But what's allowing you to move is the central nervous system. When Superman broke his neck riding a horse, you're too young for, but you guys remember Superman broke his neck and he couldn't move a muscle because his connection was severed. The bioelectric connection from his brain to the rest of his body was totally severed. And he was in the wheelchair, still alive, but his body couldn't move because the connection was broken. So in Tai Chi, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to open these connections because over time they tend to shrink. They tend to get tight. Right? When I was young, I used to be able to do anything with my legs. I could put my legs behind my head when I was a kid. But as I got older, my muscles became tighter. Now, forget it. So we want to open up these channels so the energy in the blood could flow more easily through. And where we're starting is opening the hips. That's the first blockage comes in the hips, from upper body to lower body. Crane flaps its wings. Start in unity posture. Sinking. Opening. Rising up. Bring the breath the energy up. Bring the energy down. Bring it to the right. Bring it to the left. Form a ball. Carry the ball. Carrying the ball, carrying the ball. Part the wild horse's mane. Stir the chi. Snake grasping at sparrow's tail. Reaching up, plucking the fruit, washing the fruit, and sharing the fruit. Pressing and squeezing the fruit. Inhaling, not eating the fruit, but inhaling, taking in the essence of the fruit. It moves down into the left kidney, into the right kidney, and the power of the energy comes up. Power of the life force comes up. Pull it down. Crane flaps his wings, opening up the right side, closing the left. Pushing off the right leg, and closing the hands. Empty stance. One hand is at, again, the funny bone. The toes are up, ready to kick. Striking with the shoulder, pulling down, stepping back. The left arm comes up, the right foot comes up. The right foot goes down, the left hand comes down on top of the forearm. Turning left, turning right, striking with the shoulder. Open the arms. White crane spreads its wings. Again, from the top, breathing in, holding breath, breathing out, rocking. chopping down, rolling back, stepping back, stepping over, brushing the knee, pushing over the mountain, advancing, retreating, stepping back, forming the ball, bringing the ball into the dantian, and good. Close. Pulling down. Washing an internal bath. Bathing internally. Washing the chi, washing the energy over the blood cells. Through the energy pathways. Let's take it down to the toes. Reaching down, folding over. Bring the energy down to the toes. Relax the legs. Bending legs, bending knees, rolling up. Hey. And relax. Questions? Something's happening. Tai Chi, very powerful, very powerful. Stick with it as long as you can. Tai Chi is very powerful way of moving energy more efficiently to the places, the different places in your bodies, the fingers and the toes and the internal organs through the brain, moving energy more efficiently. And I could testify to it. Maybe 8 years ago now, 8 years ago, I had a double brain aneurysm. A double brain aneurysm. The vessel on the right side of my brain broke open. And then the vessel on the left side of my brain broke open. My brain was bleeding. It was on a Tuesday morning. I remember exactly when it happened. I was still in bed, getting ready to get up to go to work. I get up and get in the shower. I sat up in bed and bow, massive headache, which I thought was a migraine. And I stumbled down the stairs and fell in the living room floor and stayed there for 2 days. I didn't make it to the hospital till that Thursday. My brain was bleeding all that time. When I went to the hospital, they told me, we can't work with you here at the hospital. We have to send you to Charlottesville because we don't do this type of surgery. I was like, what type of surgery? He's like, brain surgery. What? But the Tai Chi, it allowed my body to absorb and adapt to what was happening. It slowed my bleeding down long enough until they got to me and was able to cut my head open and give me brain surgery. That's Tai Chi. Another story